NBA sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. To get us started, kicker Sam Sloman. And off we go to wrap up the week on a Monday night. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They go play fake. Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there and couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he is going to have a Falcons first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now the first carry for Bryce Love. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Well, this offense, Charles, we've talked about how well they played all season. Sitting now at 13-0 with a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, with something like 4 of their last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team, get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe. But that's much easier said than done.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. At the 35-yard line. Here's Mahomes to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Armstrong. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 21. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
2nd down and 8. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. It's Armstrong. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Josh Lambo now for the point after. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Falcons 7, Cowboys nothing.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast, the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Trying to run for it with Pollard. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And this one will be brought back to the 22. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers at that situation, they really become magnified.
Buying time to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Love looking to throw it. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Love. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And really, it's worth talking a little more about the stakes of this game. Currently, these are the top two seeds in the NFC. I think they're the two best teams. Would you agree?
I think you can definitely make the case that they are, and I like where you're going with that. I do know that we've seen a couple of other teams along the way that would say, hey, don't forget about us. But your premise, I think, could be spot on. These could easily be the top two teams in the NFC.
On first down, Mahomes. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man complete. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. It's a big play there for Atlanta.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Irv Smith Jr., touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Bird to return from his end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
A big play there on the catch and run. Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Now that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Love. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
Pollard will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And this is now a 1-point game. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet?
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Catch is made here by Yr3 Jr. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now a throw here, hauled in. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now a give running right is Love. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Falcons push further out in front. Lambeau to add on the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Makes the score Falcons 21, Cowboys 13.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. It's Love. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Yr3 Jr. as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Cowboys 13.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Both teams making their final preparations for the second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now a give here to Pollard. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Pollard again. They find some open field here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 60 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Love going deep for Diggs. And this one is incomplete.
Credit the secondary, credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Going to run again here with Pollard. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Throwing, Love. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
I didn't like the play call. I loved it. Running situation for sure on 4th and short. They got the defense to commit too many men in the box to stop the run and have the guts to go for the pass instead. And as a result, they're set up 1st and goal.
To throw now. Here's Love. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Tack McKinley racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Falcons are going to get it back here just past the 35. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the 2nd half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Throw left side complete. That's Love. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He finds his man, complete. It's Armstrong. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He will find his man Chase, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And again, it's Mahomes. Caught on the slant. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. Going to give it to Love. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bryce Love, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Cowboys 13. Josh Lambeau is set to kick off.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. And that looked almost to be a case of, quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
He's made plenty of plays throughout this game, pressing the ball downfield to the tune of 4 touchdown passes. Was shooting for a 5th there. That one came up incomplete.
The Falcons on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and forever. Airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. It's a big play there for Atlanta. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And it's caught. Touchdown. Bryce Love. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Falcons are closing in on a 14-0 record as they extend their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that pushes the lead up to 23.
Cowboys 19. Josh Lambeau set to kick off.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Run for Pollard, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off inside the 5. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come. And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did, and they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Mahomes going to throw it here. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Bryce Love, 72 yards. And the Falcons extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Mahomes now going to lead his guys up for the 2-point try. Mahomes will throw for it. They are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes has a way of catching up with you.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. On second down, Love once more. He's going to let it fly. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 29.
All you got to do is
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Cowboys 19. Josh Lambeau set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
97 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Love now. Now they go screen. It's complete. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier.